Welcome. So I am going to be doing a presentation today. It is basically an introduction to big data, cybersecurity, as well as planning for business resilience. Now, this is in relation to how emergent technologies could have an impact on organizational performance. So, what is big data? A simple definition of big data is that it's data that consists of greater variety, that has more velocity and comes in increasing volumes. This can also be categorized as the 3 V's. Big data is a larger and more complex set of data. These data sets are so large that typical traditional software used to process data can't manage them. These large sets of data are very useful to organizations, as organizations can use big data to address business problems that could not have been tackled without the use of big data. So what has driven its emergence in the past 10 years? Well, big data has grown exponentially over the last 10 years due to the increase of data generated through the online activities of businesses and the general population. Not only this, but if we combine this with the ever-increasing evolution of software and technology that is now capable of processing and analyzing data in such large volumes, we see that this has created the opportunity for business organizations to leverage this large amount of data with extreme precision, as well as on a massive scale and reach. So next, customer-focused applications for business organizations with regard to big data, or regards to big data. So trend prediction. Big data helps with the prediction of future customer trends. This can benefit an organization as they will have a more informed idea of what the next customer trend will be, and will be able to prepare for the upcoming trend by planning what products/services they should be providing. Targeting offers to potential new customers and/or markets. With the use of big data, an organization can target offers to potential new customers. Not only this, but with the use of big data, organizations can also target offers to entire markets. This can be extremely effective in attracting new customers. Tailoring discounts or bespoke offers to existing customers. This is possible through the use of big data and can help target discounts and offers to the correct customers. Big data allows for discounts and offers to be displayed to customers most likely to take advantage of the offer or discount. So operational applications for business organizations with regard to big data. So logistics. An example of how big data can help in this area is that often airlines as well as public transport companies will use big data to maximize the efficiency of their routes. We can also see this in a recent example with big data being used in the management of large vaccination programs. Supply chains as well. Big data can help with the adaptation of routes in response to real-time traffic data. Big data can also help with predicting when new stock should be ordered. This makes it easy for an organization to manage ordering stock, as big data provides an organization with information necessary to calculate when new stock should be ordered. Security. Big data can help an organization's security through the improvement of monitoring systems, logins, and transactions. Big data can also help improve fraud detection within organizations. So next, design. Big data allows for a simulation to be made of possible designs to help improve and optimize the design in business. Finance as well. Big data can be used to analyze real-time pricing in response to large market data. This helps an organization effectively price their products with the use of the data gathered across the market. Ethical issues that can arise from an organization's use of digital technology. So the first, privacy. Technology can now be issued by employers to implement monitoring schemes for employees. Obviously, this comes with laws attached to help protect employees. Employers by law must clearly and explicitly state how monitoring and surveillance systems would be used within the company's operational activity. Employers by law must also clearly define what their use of monitoring software is and communicate to employees what their monitoring policies are. Working hours next. Due to current technology, employers have communicative access to employees at all times 24/7. Because of this, it is important that work and time boundaries are respected and employees are allowed to enjoy their free time. Over the last couple of years, the world has been going through the COVID-19 pandemic, where employees were working from home. This made it unclear exactly where the boundary was between work and leisure time, making it critical for employers to clearly state work and time boundaries to avoid employees burning out. And last but not least, employee communications. Due to technology often being used within the workplace, it is important for an employer to establish boundaries for employees when using technology that can be used to communicate. Clear work and personal boundaries need to be established to prevent employees using this technology to communicate for personal reasons. This is particularly important when employers give their employees the right to have such technologies on their PCs, laptops, or mobile phones, or any other personal device that they use. So next, we're going to talk about data protection, specifically what is general data protection regulation. So this is GDPR, and how does it affect businesses in the UK. So first, the Data Protection Act 2018 brought the EU's general data protection regulations into UK law. Put simply, it governs your personal data rights. This includes the way companies handle your data and the compensation someone can claim for the misuse of their data. Next, GDPR is a set of rules that spread EU-wide that have been brought into UK law as the Data Protection Act 2018. This has an effect on business within the UK, as businesses cannot simply send out marketing communications to all customers. Businesses must first get the permission of the customer before sending the messages in the form of email that contains marketing content. Companies must also make it simple for a customer to withdraw their consent from promotional content being sent to them. Companies must make it very clear what they will do with the customer's data and use plain language so all customers can understand. This purpose of collecting your personal data, for example for marketing, must also be made clear to you at the point your data is collected. So next, we'll be talking about legalization that protects data an organization gathers through digital technology and steps an organization needs to process data in accordance with this. So GDPR sets out 7 key principles which state how an organization should gather data to ensure they are abiding by the law. These 7 principles are as follows and should be followed by all organizations when dealing with personal data. So the first one, lawfulness, transparency, and fairness. The next, purpose limitation. The next, data minimization. The next, accuracy. Then storage limitation, integrity and confidentiality, and accountability. So next we'll be talking about how can organizations protect their business systems and data. There are several ways in which an organization can ensure the protection of their systems and data. One way is by ensuring that devices and software are up to date. Business organizations should ensure their hardware, devices and software is regularly updated to prevent or at least minimize the chances of cyber attacks occurring. Another thing they can do is maintain and implement a data backup policy and procedure. This reduces the likelihood of data being lost. Data backup policies and procedures are critical to businesses in the event of a cyber attack. As well as this, they also provide for business continuity and minimize the disruption caused and damage caused for a business if a cyber attack does occur. A core element for business cybersecurity protection is to make use of firewalls, antivirus software and anti-theft apps for mobile phones. By using these, an organization can reduce the likelihood of a cyber attack successfully accessing an organization's data. Considering the ever-increased need for cybersecurity, regular staff training and updates should be provided to employees. By doing this, it ensures that procedures are followed when employees are using company technology. This will ensure that they are being safe and not exposing the organization to the possibility of cyber attack. And lastly, it is important that organizations use robust password protocols. Organizations are also employing dual verification login, which is memorable information, PIN codes, etc., at an increasing rate as part of their cybersecurity. So, simple definition of cybersecurity. Basically, cybersecurity can be described as the application of technologies, controls, and processes to protect systems, programs, networks, devices, and data from cyber attacks. It aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and protect against the unauthorized exploitation of technologies, systems, and networks. So an explanation of key aspects an organization should consider in order to maintain business systems and protect data. One way to do this is to ensure that all devices and software used within the business are up to date. By ensuring that all devices are up to date, this will prevent or at least minimize the chances of a cyber attack occurring. Another way to do this is by implementing and maintaining a data backup policy and procedure. This is critical for businesses to ensure damage control is effective in the event of a cyber attack and data is not lost. They also allow for business continuity and can minimize disruption within a business if a cyber attack does occur. One last way to do this is for businesses to have robust and secure password protocols. This makes it more difficult for an outside party to gain access to the organization's data. Not only this, but organizations have been employing dual verification login, which I've stated before, which involves memorable information, PIN codes, etc., as part of an organization's cybersecurity. So next, business resilience and business continuity planning. Business resilience. So business resilience can be defined as an organization's ability to absorb internal and external shocks and ensure the continuity of operations by protecting key processes and resources such as systems, data, people, and property. Organizations should be ready to prevent, prepare, respond, and recover from disruptions, as well as learn from these disruptions and adapt as time goes on. And then business continuity planning. So business continuity planning is drawn up using the tools from a business impact analysis and a risk register. These two things help with analysing the possible risks and threats to an organisation. A business continuity plan is designed to keep the business running until it can fully recover from the disruptive event that occurred. And this is just a simple model, a business resilience model. So we've got prevention, preparation, response, and recovery. So within prevention, you've got risk management strategies, identify key resources and processes. Under preparation, you've got plans and procedures and training and testing. In response, you've got crisis, emergency management, and continuity and communication. And under recovery, you've got assistance and support, restore systems, and review incident for learning. So next, we've got key steps in creating a business continuity plan. So first, strategy and recovery. Management should be able to give assurance and clarification that they are in control of managing failures, incidents, and ensure immediate recovery of the critical processes. So next, testing and exercising. An organisation should determine the feasibility of and test the efficiency and effectiveness of emergency plans on a regular basis. So next, monitoring and improvement. Performance review processes provide transparency for all stakeholders. Basically, mistakes must be learned from to help progress into the future. And finally, governance. So an organisation should implement clear roles and responsibilities to employees to effectively implement this framework. So that is the end of this PowerPoint. If there are any questions that anyone have, please just put them in the comment section, no problem at all, and I'll get back to you with an answer. And thank you very much for listening. Bye now.